Hey, it's Rod's Books and Relics. I was going to show you today a few of the books I've listed on Abebooks.com recently. That's a site where you list them, they stay for months, years even, until a person comes looking for that exact title. And some of these could be sold on eBay as well, or would go good in my store. And sometimes I do put books that I have listed on Abe in the store. So here's a few of the titles. The Pursuit of Perfection, A Life of Maggie Tate by Gary O'Connor. This wasn't anything too special, but it was a first edition hardcover, so I think I listed it around $10. Some Oklahoma history books, $10 I listed this. Mr. Oklahoma History, The Life of George H. Shirk. I've had several of these over the years. And then there's another one, Superior, B.D. Eddy. It's part of the Oklahoma Track Maker series. I think I listed that for around 10 as well. Roy Clark, My Life. Only listed this because it's autographed. Inscribed, actually. Then I was really surprised I came across a lot of Star Trek books. Paperbacks, you know, the novelizations of extra stories. But some of these, Star Trek, the motion picture, the photo story. And then I was really surprised, Leonard Nimoy's autobiography, I Am Not Spock. That starts at around $25 on Abebooks. The Making of the Trek Conventions. Unfortunately, the cover was loose on this, but otherwise, just a real neat early look into the early Star Trek conventions. And then The Making of Star Trek, the book on how to write for TV. $9 on that. I was surprised that those were that scarce on there. Turtle Lake, Portrait of an Extortionist. I can't remember exactly what this is about. $15. Might be about an evil land developer or something. A true story, I think. A Country Lawyer, Richard F. Proud. Inscribed. I think this was maybe a self-published copy. Listed that for $30. And here's something unique that you always want to pick up. Bow Hunting for Turkeys. Cheapest copy on there was, I think, $75. I listed it for $60, and it's inscribed. It'll take the right person to come looking for this, but when they need it, they need it. The Kumquat Statement, Anarchy in the Groves of Academe. This book is about Berkeley and the New Left movement, which grew up there and spread to the rest of the country. Introduction by William F. Buckley Jr. Still sort of relevant. All right, what else we got? Oil and Empire, British Policy and Mesopotamian Oil, 1900 to 1920. Very specialized, but a nice first edition hardcover in Mylar copy. I listed that for $50. What else we got? Nils All Alone. I think this was an older children's book. Listed that for $23. And I'm listing as the cheapest copy on there, or should I say the least expensive copy on there. And then I do free shipping, so even if I sell this for $23, Abebooks is going to take about $3 or $4 fees and commission. It's going to cost me $4.50 to mail it, so I'm only going to clear about $14, $15. I also like to pick these up because these have been profitable for me in the past. History of Valley Center. Just an old town history with a lot of family names and history and sub-histories. Is that a word? Sub-history? On the families. Really good for people researching genealogy and things like that. Laredo, A Pictorial History. Listed that for $50 or $75, I think. Civil War breech-loading rifles. Starts at $20 online. I listed it for $18. The French Shore, Newfoundland's Port Peninsula. Starts at $25. I listed it for slightly under that. And the last stack here, Old Fort Snelling, the Western Americana book. Actually more about the Northwest Territory up in, where was it? Michigan? Fort Wayne, Indiana, Illinois. Oh, Missouri territory. Upper Missouri. And biography on Matthew Ridgway, one of America's great soldier, statesman, scholar, and citizen. I was surprised this priced out at, I listed it at $38, and that would be the cheapest one on there. You wouldn't think to look at that would be so scarce. Now it's going to, again, going to take the right person. Lithium for Medea by Kate Braverman. I believe this is her second novel, and I only got it because it was inscribed. $25. The Mystery at Rustler's Fort, one of these old Whitman colorful hardbacks, but this one is held up. These books don't hold up very well, very often, over time, just kind of made with poor quality materials. Listed that for $14. Women versus Religion, The Case Against Faith and for Freedom. Starts at, I listed that for $10. Another genealogy book of sorts, Mayflower Families Through 5 Generations. None listed on Abe. So I put it in, a lot of times I have a rule, if there's not a copy on there, I put it in at $100. There were a few different volumes of the Mayflower Families, but not this exact one. And last book I listed in this batch, Days of Rage, America's Radical Underground, the FBI, and the Forgotten Age of Revolutionary Violence. Again, still relevant. $30. A few upcoming books that I'm going to list. Satan on the Loose. I think I was going to list that for about $10. Keeping Fit. Pep, Poison, Power. Some of these early physical fitness books have some value. And what was this one? Healing Through Numerology. And then Your Guide to the Tarot. And 2 books on Jesse James that I found at the 100-mile yard sale recently. And this one, cheapest one on Abe, is $350. Now it is selling for around $100 on eBay, this hardback version. And then the soft cover of this Jesse James book starts at about $95 on Abe. And there's a few more over there, but you know, always something, always a continual cycle. Listing, acquisitions. I got a load coming in this afternoon, or should I say I have to go get. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, hit the subscribe button. Don't smash it. You're not a Hulk. Gently tap it like the cultured individual that you are.